Right then, this is a quick walk around video for an absolutely stunning CRV. It really is. This is going to be one of the cleanest anywhere in the marketplace. This is a 2.2 EX automatic diesel, finished in silver. It's got some lovely additional stuff on it. The side steps, you've got some chrome strips down the side of the car above the sills there, and an extra bonnet strip, chrome strip on the bonnet there as well. Car's covered 68,000 miles and looks like it's almost rolled off the production line. It's in stunning condition. Front of the car, lovely and clean. Lights and lenses obviously clear and intact. Bonnets, hard to see a stone chip of any note on there at all. There obviously will be somewhere. Near side of the vehicle, again, wonderfully clean in the panel work. Near side front alloy, absolutely unmarked there. Sorry, it's slightly shaky this morning. It's a bit cold and a bit windy, so I hope you can hear me. Panel work, I mean, it's just been washed off. It's not even been polished. It's incredibly fresh, this car. Near side of rear alloy, again, absolutely beautiful. And if you go down the lines, you can see just how clean and crisp that is. And again, likewise around the back of the car, absolutely wonderfully clean there. Offside of the car, driver's side, again, absolutely blemish free, no indentations, no marks. Offside rear alloy, again, absolutely unmarked. From what I can see, there's a tiny bit of pickling around the valve stem. I'm sure I could see something, but I mean, I've got to try and find something on the car. So it really is. It's suddenly gone very chilly. The hand's going very shaky indeed. Then final alloy, again, really, really nice. Externally, it is in absolutely fantastic condition. Just coming to the back of the car now. Massive boots on the cars. They've got these easy fold rear seats, all works beautifully. And unlike so many CRVs which are so heavily used, this one is in beautiful condition back here. Load liner, again, good sign of ownership. And underneath there, you've got carpeted areas, look pretty much as new. So coming to the back now, wide opening rear doors gives you access to a cavernous area at the back, even for adults. You've got loads of room to stretch out, and those front seats are set for me, and I'm over 6 foot tall, so not cheating. Leather work, again, this is where kids tend to sit in the back, and they can be very, very heavily used. It's nothing to do with build quality, it's just use. And yet this one has been given the gentlest of lives. Come to the front of the passenger side, again, all wonderfully clean. Likewise, passenger seat, been given minimal use. So finally, driver's door card, again, absolutely beautifully clean. Footwell areas likewise. And the driver's seat, the one that generally shows all of the wear, shows virtually nothing. Inside the car now, engine's running to this section as always, so the dash can be seen illuminated. Dashboard, like the rest of it, looks pretty much as new. It's incredibly clean. Sat nav, you can see, works absolutely perfectly. So I'll pop the car into reverse. Get that lovely clear gridded parking camera. Worth pointing out, if you're stationary and with your handbrake on, you can actually watch films through that screen as well. Just pop a DVD straight into the CD slot. But it really is in extraordinary condition. And then come up to the main dash binnacle. Hopefully you can see there, 68,087 miles. There are no warning lights on the car at all. At the video, this is quite often the case, doesn't really do justice to what is said. For a car that's now 7 years old or so, is in amazing condition. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CRV 2.2 EX automatic diesel. Car's registered YH15RYN and with a mileage of 68,079 miles recorded. The reason we do all of our videos, and especially this road test section, is basically to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of our cars, they get to see them in operation. The reason we feel it's important is very simple. We've been to see so many cars that have looked perfectly good in photographs and descriptions, only to get there and find out when we've driven it, it's got a fundamental issue which we'd much rather known about before setting off on the test drive. So hence that's why we do it. We also do it on these very quiet country roads, very close to our premises, and this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, so hopefully then would be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. So coming to the car itself, very well looked after car. A bit of a busman's holiday for me, this one, because my wife and I own a diesel automatic CRV 2.2, so it feels and drives exactly as ours does, which is perfectly good as well. Engine starts, push button start instantly and settles to a completely smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. And temperature gauge is on 0 at the moment because I try and do these when they're cold, and because you get different problems at different engine temperatures obviously with some cars. So when I can do it, as I am with the one today, I do it. The engines are simply brilliant diesel engines, as I always say. It's very smooth and quiet in operation, especially to cruise. It pulls all the way through its rev range, unlike so many of its competitors that make you feel as though they're quite quick, but you find out very quickly they're a bit of a one-trick pony. They have initial urge and then just die away. This pulls beautifully smoothly through the entirety of the revs available to it. It's a fantastic unit and very economical in general use as well. Engine then feeds through into the gearbox rather. It's automatic. Gearbox absolutely fantastic, typical Honda box. Very smooth shifting, very tough, robust gearboxes as well. You never so much as put a spanner on one of these in normal use. So they are tough indeed, as I said. Notwithstanding reputation, you should always do the obvious checks on any automatic gearboxes. Just make sure that when you've started the car from neutral into drive or reverse, there shouldn't be any great delays or sudden thuds as it engages. And on the move, the gear changes should be smooth, and on all respects this is absolutely perfect. Steering on the car is very car-like. That's the best praise I can give it, really, because it's so many SUVs of this era feel very kind of like vans drive, it almost disconnected to the road. This is precise and accurate. It's really nicely weighted, it gives you loads of security in terms of its feel when you drive the car, and it just allows the car to literally flow through corners really well and in a very unfussed manner. It also tracks absolutely dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit. Chassis, what Honda give you, I mean, they know this market so well. The CR-V, as I always say, it's the best-selling SUV in the world, and for very good reason. They know their market very well. So what it gives you is this very compliant, very nicely damped ride. But when you get to the corners, unlike some, it doesn't just keel over and sort of lollop about. I mean, this one coming up here, it's slightly yumpy, it's got a few slightly off camber, but when you turn the car in slightly higher speed than I would do normally, corners really flat, holds its line beautifully well. Because the problem is, some manufacturers give you this very pillowy ride, which is brilliant on road tests, because you think, oh, this is so comfortable, and they're incredibly comfortable. But when you get through the corners, they start heaving about and wallowing about, which can be incredibly nauseous, especially for the rear seat passengers. And you know, comfort is a very subjective thing, but I think Honda strike a beautiful balance with this. Also on road tests, by the way, just listening out for any noises that shouldn't be there, any kind of rattles or clonks coming from underneath the vehicle, and there's none at all. It feels as tight as a drum on the road, it really does, but that's typical of the breed. They are, they're beautifully engineered things. Just going to turn up here. You can get up to speed and give the brakes a bit of a shove. Hold on to a few things while I do this. Just brake now. Hard enough to get the hazard lights to come on. Perfect as well. Bites really nicely and hard. There's no pulsing or vibrations going back through the brake pedals, so all in fine order. Just coming inside the car, the first things you notice, obviously, it is a beautifully put together car. Build quality is exceptional in them. They take their miles incredibly well. There's also a lovely place to sit. You've got obviously a naturally elevated driving position, but you've got these big wing mirrors, you've got fantastic visibility all around the car.
Just makes you feel really sort of confident and be able to place the vehicle wherever you want it to. You've got a dashboard which is very highly equipped, but is not a dashboard that kind of intimidates in any way. And you know, a couple of days in the car and you've fathomed it out. It's that simple. All working beautifully. Sat nav, as you can see. You've got a dual zone climate control system which gives you different temperatures side to side. Again, all working exactly as it should. And it blows out lovely cold air because we popped it in a nice warm workshop earlier on. Heated seats, again, working exactly as they should. Every button, every switch you press has that beautiful feeling of engineering that Honda do so well and is so unappreciated by most, in all honesty. Dashboard in front, again, lovely detailing on the dials, beautifully displayed with all the information you need and no more. It's not overdone, which I particularly hate on cars. Temperature gauge, by the way, now up to full operating temperature, running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle. Steering wheel, nice sort of narrow, small diameter, leather bound, feels absolutely like new to hold. No wear on there at all. All the sort of buttons, everything you press, cruise control, all working exactly as it should. As you'd expect with any, as I said, all Hondas tend to be like this, in all honesty. They're just so well put together. This is a four-wheel drive version of the CR-V, but there are no buttons, there's nothing to press, you don't activate it yourself, it does it all for you. Again, Honda worked out really quickly that most people, as I am today, and driving in perfectly good conditions where you don't need four-wheel drive on. Because the problem with having permanent four-wheel drive is, by definition, it's on the whole time, so you tend to get through your tyres more quickly. You're certainly going to use more fuel and put more mechanical stress through the vehicle. The way this works is dead simple. Via the traction control system, if the front wheels start to lose grip, it instantly brings in the four-wheel drive seamlessly to give you extra grip. It is brilliant in operation. And so we tow a caravan with ours and never come close to getting stuck with it. Its lack of use probably helps to give it its reliability as well, by the way, because 30 years selling Hondas using this system, we've never so much as put a spanner on one of them for the four-wheel drive operation. It is robust indeed. As I said at the start of the video, point brief as it might be, just to show the car operating, it drives absolutely perfectly.